It's Heightening Headlines, Improvising the News, the Improv Comedy News Podcast.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Heightening Headlines, Improvising the News, the comedy podcast with real news and improvised comedy. I'm here with lovely special guest, Betsy Stover.
Hello.
Would you like to tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Oh, hello. So I'm an actor and improviser based out of Los Angeles, California. What else do I want to tell you?
If it's not too much of a sort of bomb to drop, I also remember seeing on your IMDb that you were in Grey's Anatomy.
That's right. I did 2 episodes of Grey's Anatomy where I played Nurse Stacy.
Cool.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm just a working actor in Los Angeles, and I do voice acting, podcasting, TV.
Yes, you also had your own podcast, if I remember.
That's right. I did a podcast called Why Mommy Drinks for about 5 years. It's still out there if you want to hear it.
Great name for a podcast.
Thank you. Not everyone loved it, so I appreciate that. But yeah, it was me and Amanda Allen, and we're both parents, and so each episode we would have a guest on and talk about sort of like, is it okay to swear?
Yeah.
Just like parenting shit shows.
Right.
So it's just sort of like, what was a time where parenthood made you lie on the floor and want to die?
Right.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a parent myself, at least not yet, so I can't speak too much on it. But I really like. I feel like it's a bit of a newer trend to be willing to sort of say, like, sometimes it makes you feel like shit, and that's kind of okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parenting is hard.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know. I think the reason we wanted to do the podcast is for a long time, at least for me, growing up, you were led to believe that, for women, motherhood is like the ultimate, and it's fulfilling, and it's the be all end all, and you can work and you can have kids and you can do it all, and it's all fucking nonsense, and it's a trap.
Yeah.
So yeah, parenting is hard. Whether you're a man or a woman, or whatever, but yeah, it's not always fun, and you have to kind of laugh at the nightmare that it sometimes is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Embrace the chaos.
Embrace the chaos. It is chaos, and sometimes you just have to throw your head back and laugh because it's just so insane, Yeah.
And I mean, speaking of that, because currently you are here in Munich, in Europe, touring and traveling with your kids.
That's right.
If you have one that you're okay with sharing, I would love to know, like, just like one kind of story from this trip that.
Oh my gosh, from this
doesn't have to be like
trip.
that crazy compared to just like things that have happened in the entirety of your parenting life, but something that was like felt unique to this trip.
Certainly, you have this idea, like, I'm going to take my kids to Europe. I'm going to show them the world. They're going to be illuminated by the universe, and they're going to be grateful to me for taking them there. And that's not at all it. They mostly just want to look at their phones, and would probably be fine to go to another country and just stay in the hotel and look at YouTube the entire time.
Right.
Which, and so my husband and I, Ari Vukitis, and I want to go to museums, and I tend to be a little hardcore when I travel.
Okay.
So I want to have an itinerary. I get very type A. I want to know what are all the things that I must do, and then schedule them accordingly,
right,
so that I don't miss anything, because I might never be back to a place, and I keep saying this to my kids anyway. So I'm trying to think of a specific time. It's been punctuated with a lot of people just arguing. My 10-year-old, we have a 10-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 15-year-old, all boys. And the 10-year-old and the 14-year-old are now at a point where they just are constantly bickering and like trolling each other, either consciously or not. So yeah, no exact specific moment so much as a series of things over the last 10 days.
Just a general tense vibe.
It comes and it goes.
Okay.
We'll be
okay.
having a great time, and then all of a sudden,
Something happens. Yeah.
kids are wild.
I think my brother and I were probably pretty similar at the same kind of age.
Yeah.
Because I'm also a sibling of 3, so I'm the oldest of 3. My brother is a year and a half younger, and then my sister is about 3 years younger than him, so 5 years younger than me.
Oh.
I think in general, like, we both sort of got on with our sister pretty well because she's a bit younger, but it was still a pretty heavily male family. But my brother and I definitely had times where we butted heads on a lot of things. But it sounds like you've at least been able to do some things and have some fun.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, we went to a really nice museum, and 2 of them just sat on a bench the whole time.
Really?
And we
Okay.
went room to room and looked at gorgeous Rubens paintings, and then we every now and then we just go back and be like, come on, we'll go to the next part of the museum. You have to you just have to be at peace with,
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to necessarily
You got to have fun for yourself.
yes, you have to have fun for yourself and just sort of manage your expectations.
Yeah.
And hope that they get something out of it. And if they don't, I guess that's their loss.
Yeah. And I mean, like, because to be fair, I'm not really someone who likes too much of an itinerary when I travel.
Fair.
I don't mind a little bit, but I also find, especially like, because I've been living in Europe for a little while now, and it's very easy to travel in Europe, like coming from Australia where it's like, a 3-hour flight is just to get to the next big city. I think it's probably a little bit similar to the US.
Wow. Yeah.
But like in Europe, like a 3-hour flight will take you anywhere in the continent, right?
That's unbelievable.
You could fly over 6 countries in 3 hours. It's
Wow.
And so after doing a bit of traveling, and you go to a lot of museums, it's kind of like, okay, they're all a bit different, but they're also all a little bit the same.
Yeah.
And maybe if I was an art connoisseur. So, and most of the time, the things that I personally remember most when I travel is like the people and like the interactions I have with certain people, or like certain experiences that I do. Like I'm a big escape room fan, and certain places I've done like a particular escape room that like had actors in it, and it was those actors that made it special. That
Actors
could happen anywhere. Yeah. And so I will follow along with itineraries, but I also have learned to just like, I'm happy to just go to a place, and if I see like only one of like the 4 famous things in that place, it's fine if I'm having a good time.
And you said you're the oldest child, and
Yes.
this is how you feel? What? That's really
Is that
funny.
an uncommon oldest child thing?
I think so.
I should also say this is like definitely something that's more become my way of traveling as an adult, more so than when I was a
Okay.
kid. We didn't do a huge amount of traveling when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I never left the country until I was 18, 19.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
So American of you.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm from Tasmania specifically, which like Tasmania is an island on the south, like at the south of Australia. So like going to Melbourne, which is like the closest big city, that's already like a 1-hour flight.
That makes sense. Oh, maybe that's
So-
why we're like that. Maybe that's why Americans are like that. Because it's like, oh, if you want to go to Chicago, it's
it's a
6-hour
big
flight.
trip. Yeah.
Huh.
And I mean, even like in the US, at the very least, you have like Canada and Mexico, depending on where you are, is not that far away.
But y'all are alone.
Yeah, like if you're on the east coast of Australia, you can get to New Zealand, I think, in like 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
Which is kind of a different country, but also kind of not that different from Australia.
Okay.
Probably the equivalent of Canada
Yes,
to the US
it
kind of thing.
My kid, we went to Canada for like a little bit, but it was when we came here, we were like, this is the
It
kids
feels
going
really
to another
different.
country, because it's almost
Yeah.
like Canada doesn't count.
Yeah. Especially when you have to, your first experience in a place where it's like, the main language is not your language.
Yes, that's huge. Yeah, I find that world travel absolutely changes your perspective.
Yes.
It's so important.
Yes. Yeah. I can't believe it took me so long to discover it.
I get it. Yeah, I think that's why sometimes America struggles with our place in the world, and with politics, because we as a whole culturally don't really embrace international travel in the way that I wish that we did, because we've been brought up with sort of American exceptionalism, and so we're like, well, why would I go anywhere? This place is the best. But it absolutely changes your total understanding of yourself and your country and where we are in the world and where we are in this place in time,
Yeah, I fully agree. I think Australia can be a little bit similar. I don't think it's as bad, but we definitely have a similar problem. Is any of that making you feel inspired for any improv scenes?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Cool.
I could do an improv scene off of anything.
Let's kick one off.
All right. Oh gosh, I don't know. This Google map, I can't tell which way I'm supposed to face. I can't tell which road that is, because they all sound the same.
So that one is Leopold Schnitzelhuber Straße. Yeah. Which one are you looking for, sorry?
Leopold Straße.
Leopold Schwarzenhuben Straße?
Straße?
It's the German word for street.
I don't know. It has a weird B in it. I don't know.
It's a double S. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
You're clearly new here.
Yeah. What? Yes, I am. I'm from America.
Oh,
yeah,
no way.
That's right.
That so wasn't totally obvious.
Yes, Mankato.
Mankato.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's
Mankato.
Mankato. Yeah, I mean, I have heard America is famous for its man caves.
Oh, you're funny. No, it's in Minnesota.
Okay.
No caves.
No caves, just all men.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of it.
No, I mean,
Minnesota?
I grew up here on the east side of Munich.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just watched a lot of TV. That's why the accent.
Oh, it's a really good accent.
Oh, thank you.
You sound really good.
Thank you. I don't travel much, so the one thing I know it's Munich, East Munich streets.
Oh, yeah. I don't know the language here.
You don't say.
No.
An American not knowing a foreign language. Wow.
No, I've been speaking English to people, and I'll be honest, sometimes people are a little mean about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. In what way?
Well, I'll start talking to them, and they seem kind of miffed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They kind of, act friendly, but then sort of hint in an undertone that because you're American, perhaps it makes sense that you don't understand anything that's going on.
I mean, I guess that is what's happening. There is a church here.
Yeah. Europe is actually pretty famous for its churches.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I really only know the wars.
The wars.
And honestly, only about 2 of them.
I mean, there definitely was at least 2
Yeah.
that America was involved in.
Yeah, that's probably why I know them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, religion kind of came from Europe.
I'm pretty sure it came from Jesus.
All right, fair enough.
I come from a Christian nation.
Yes.
Jesus was American. And I'm not sure. Well, you know what? We're learning from each other, aren't we?
Let's agree to disagree.
Oh, okay. No.
Far be it from me to argue with an American.
Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for helping me.
You are very welcome. To be perfectly honest, I don't know if I've really done anything.
Oh, well, I am curious if there is any, do you have any Methodist churches here?
Yeah, many.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want to recommend one?
Yeah, I mean, there's one on Methodische Christianische Straße.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, maybe I'll just I'll go into this McDonald's and I'll ask them.
The Church of America, am I right?
Oh, I mean, it's just, I like it because I can go in and I know just what there's going to be and then they'll have it.
Came all the way to Germany to eat at McDonald's. That's just great.
I like to go to a different McDonald's in every country that I visit.
Okay.
Which hasn't been very many.
Just to make sure that they're the same.
Just to see what it's
Just to
like.
see,
What's
yeah.
different? When I was in Israel, I went to McDonald's and their ketchup was so different.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
It just tasted different.
Just tasted a little bit different.
I don't even know why.
Just a slight different
Yeah.
flavor.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you've been very nice. You've honestly been the nicest person I've met here in Germany.
I'm so glad to hear.
Like
There's nothing that we Germans are known for. It's being as nice as we possibly can afford, despite anything else that we might be thinking.
Okay. Yeah, it's just that I've been going into shops.
Okay.
And I'll say, hello, I'm looking for, and I'll tell them what I'm looking for. And then they'll look at me like they don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm sure they do know what I'm talking about. And then they'll just start talking to me in German or whatever. And I don't know German.
No, why would you?
Say, I don't know German. Do you speak English? And then they just give me a stern look and they go into the back room.
Pretty much all Germans speak English.
What?
But
not to me.
Unfortunately, to put it as bluntly as I possibly can, unfortunately, a lot of Germans just don't really speak moron.
Excuse me?
What was the last thing you asked for when you went into a shop?
I was asking for, I wanted Kleenex that was an American flag.
Yeah.
I thought that would be a fun thing to bring home.
Right. Come all the way to Germany, buy a box of tissues with the American flag on it.
Yeah?
To take home to America.
Yeah.
And you just went into a normal German kiosk and asked for that.
I don't know that word, but okay.
A normal German convenience store.
Oh.
And asked for that without any concern
For?
that it just might not be something that Germany sells. A country with its own flag.
Well, it's Europe. They got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They probably have, it's thanks to the internet. The world is it's really all America at this point.
Do you know where the hamburger comes from?
Well, let me think. Who was the man who did? There's a McCoy. I'm trying to think of who founded McDonald's. I want to say McCoy. I watched a documentary about it, but I can't remember his last name.
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
When you think about American food, what is it? It's not bratwurst. It's hamburgers.
How many German cities can you name?
Well, there's Munich.
Yeah. I'd be worried if you didn't know that one.
Berlin.
Yeah.
There used to be an East Berlin and a West Berlin, so that's essentially 3, and then Munich is 4, so that's 4 there.
Have you heard of a city called Hamburg?
No.
Do you know what Hamburg might be famous for?
No.
Then I might just leave that there, shall I?
Gosh, you are very German. You're very German.
I get that a lot.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Look, I really hope you have a lovely time here. I do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. I hope you have a lovely day here, sir.
And if you do want to try something new, the McDonald's has a special on schnitzel burgers.
Oh, I don't know what that is. It
Doesn't sound American, does it?
It doesn't sound like McDonald's. I don't think they have that.
They have it here.
McDonald's?
McDonald's, yeah.
Here?
Yeah, it's a German special.
At McDonald's?
At McDonald's.
Did they spell it? The one with the golden arches?
Yes. It's a big M.
Is it a rib?
The phrase is
a McRib.
No, it's pork with paneer. I think.
McRib. I don't know what panya is. Panya.
You know what? You go and get your McBurger and your McNuggets, and you have the most American meal you can possibly have here in Germany.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean,
and
it's a German meal. I'm in Germany.
If you're looking for Kleenex with the American flag, you can find it at the military base.
Where's that?
It's on the west side and
West Germany, West Berlin,
West Munich.
Oh, yeah.
Follow the sound of the Americans.
What do we sound like?
You'll know it when you hear it. It'll feel homely.
Homey.
Homely.
Home, like home.
Sorry, that might be my accent. Yeah, like home.
Yes. Oh, okay. I can't tell if you're making a joke or if you're giving me directions.
Both.
I don't get that joke.
That's all right.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Oh, so
sorry,
tense and awkward.
Sorry, America.
Sorry, Germany.
The best improv is where you have to apologize to everyone.
Yeah. Probably the least German thing about that scene was the sugarcoating.
Yeah. Europeans tend to be pretty straightforward.
Yeah, especially the Germans. Oh, just nothing like just painful awkwardness.
You know, painful awkwardness is one of my favorite octaves.
Yeah. I could feel that doing improv with you. That
did you yesterday?
Yesterday, and also this scene, just reveling in the this is uncomfortable.
Yes!
Let's enjoy it.
I love it. I love it. Why is that? I don't know. Awkwardness is fun to me.
I think it has like a special kind of tension that like in real life feels so like not okay to sit in that.
Yes.
So it's so fun to be in a space where you can sit in
Yes. Where you can sit in it and you're in some control over it. B, Yellow Jacket, get out of here.
Luckily that is just a bee, so I think that one won't hurt us too much.
Why are people so afraid of bees? I feel like sometimes there will be a bee somewhere and people will scream and run away. Why?
To be fair, some people are deathly allergic.
True. If you're deathly allergic, that makes total sense. Although even then, screaming and running, I feel like would
aggravate
it. Exactly. You would think you'd just want to be very calm and just be like, "There's a bee, and I don't want to die," and then you'd walk away.
But I think some people it's also just like an aversion to pain thing. My partner hates needles, like any kind of needle or anything like that. I feel like a bee sting is kind of like a needle that hurts more, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I was after I had my first kid. a friend of mine was pregnant, and I was like, "Ooh, are you gonna get an epidural?" Which is a huge, it's a massive needle, and they put it into your spine, and it's so creepy that a lot of times they'll send your partner out of the room because if you see it, you'll freak out.
Yeah, right.
But and I remember my friend saying, "Oh, I can't do it because I'm afraid of needles," and
Right.
I couldn't wrap my head around that.
Yeah, being like,
I guess I understand it's something going into your body,
yeah, I mean, it's...
puncturing you.
Hello, our first workshop member. We kind of did. We're in the middle of recording a podcast. That's right. Give us 3 minutes to wrap up.
Over here, the normal people also enter.
We did it anyway. Well, I think on that note, that signifies the end of our episode. So thank you for joining us. Thank you so much, Betsy.
Thank you
Good
for
business.
having me. If you're ever in Los Angeles, you can take a class, improv class from me at
Yes.
the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, the UCB.
Do you also perform?
I do occasionally perform there at
Who
the
do you
UCB.
normally perform with?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest, I have 3 kids. So
not as often.
Not as often as I would like, but I've been with the UCB Theater since 1997. So I've definitely put in my 1,000-something hours there.
Yeah,
But
okay.
yeah, these days I don't perform as much because I'm simply a bit busy with,
Is there any specific UCB shows that you would really recommend going to see?
Oh, wow.
I've been to LA UCB once. I saw Fuck This Month and I saw Yeti. But I know that there's a lot of different teams and different shows.
Search History. Oh, yeah. We've got a lot of excellent shows. Yeah, I often perform in, I just remembered the, what is it called? School night, I think is what it's called, where we perform with our students, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, honestly, you could probably just close your eyes and point at something and it's going to be top notch.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're in LA, go watch, go learn. Any socials you would like to plug or anything like that?
You can follow me on Instagram, Betsy.Stover, if you like. Something happened in January of 2021, I think it was. Well, no, what year was it? I've lost track of time over the last 10 years, but after Trump took office, I got off social media.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doom scrolling makes
It's
everything a little rough.
It's rough, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
On that note.
Go follow and don't doom scroll.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Heightening Headlines, Improvising the News. Tune in next week for more.